What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with another video, and this video is just a short video basically giving you guys my thoughts of this year's Oscars. And I have to admit, everyone was concerned about this year's Oscars having no host, obviously with all the controversial Kevin Hart stuff. And I have to admit, I actually really enjoyed this year's Oscars. I thought it had a very nice pace to it, and it actually went by really fast. I mean, it started at 5 o'clock, and before you knew it was already 8. And it was already going to be over. And overall, I did enjoy it. Even though I thought it had a very nice pace to it, I'm like, well, I think I probably could have just skipped the whole thing and probably could have just looked on my phone and searched up who won. Like, oh, who won Best Picture? Green Book. Okay, I mean, I don't really think I needed to watch the whole 3.5 hour thing. I mean, yes, there is the performances, but honestly, all the performances there were in this year's Oscars, I could care less. I mean, yeah, the Shallows performance was good, but I could have watched that on YouTube. I don't need to watch the whole 3.5 hour thing. Now let's get down to the categories. So I'm basically just gonna run down the categories that I went through in my Oscars predictions video. So I'm gonna go down cinematography, best supporting actress, best supporting actor, best actor, best actress, best director, and obviously Best Picture. So to start off with Best Cinematography. Did I list Best Cinematography in that list? I don't know, whatever. So let's start off with Best Cinematography, and Alfonso Cuarón wins for Best Cinematography. And obviously, if you saw my Oscars predictions video, I said Alfonso Cuarón was probably going to end up winning, and he did win. Just what he did with Roma was absolutely incredible. I mean, without the cinematography, the movie would have been nowhere near as good as it is. And just, he made the cinematography its own character, and it was fabulous what he did with that movie. Now, Best Supporting Actress, you had Regina King. Even though I did not see if Beale Street could talk, I just thought the whole buzz going around there and that Oscar push for her, I just felt it. I felt the Oscar force that she was going to end up winning, because literally everybody who saw Beale Street Could Talk, all they were talking about was Regina King's performance, so that's why I went with her. Now, Best Supporting Actor, you had Mahershala Ali for Green Book, and I had no complaints about that. He was my pick. He was my favorite part of Green Book. Just the way he played that character of Don Shirley was just amazing. The way he kept to himself, I thought was absolutely superb. Now, with Best Actress, you had Olivia Colman, who was not my pick. I had Glenn Close for the same reason. I had Regina King just because I did not see The Wife, because of all the Oscar push, and everybody saw The Wife were like, oh my goodness, Glenn Close is amazing in that movie. And I thought the other reason why they probably would have given it to her is because she's been nominated 6 times, so you'd think that they probably would have given it to her. I mean, that and her performance, obviously. But then Olivia Colman came up and snuck up and took it away from her, and I have no complaints, because if you took out Glenn Close from the whole entire mix, I would have voted for Olivia Colman, because even though I was not a big fan of The Favorite, I thought what she did along with Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone, I thought was absolutely fabulous. Her performance, I thought, was the best in the film, and just that enthusiasm and that kind of excitement that she brought to the role, I thought was really entertaining, and I thought she had a very great performance, and she had a fabulous speech. I thought her speech was the best of the night. And now let's move on to Best Actor, and that was Rami Malek winning for Bohemian Rhapsody. And I absolutely do not have any complaints for that. I thought it was going to be between him or Christian Bale, and he won. And I mean, just the way he embodied Freddie Mercury was amazing. It was like seeing Freddie Mercury come back from the dead, and he was just so good in that movie, whether you like it or not. You shall admit, Rami Malek was the star of that movie. And now Best Director, Alfonso Cuarón, who was also my pick for Best Director, because again, he had so much buzz around him, and the stuff that he did with the cinematography of the film was absolutely outstanding. And with Alfonso Cuarón's win, he's the 5th director in the last 6 years at the Academy Awards to be of Hispanic descent, obviously with him, Alejandro Inarritu, and Guillermo del Toro, obviously, with those 3. And I think that's awesome. And I have no complaints with Alfonso Cuarón winning. I probably would have given it to Spike Lee, but Alfonso Cuarón was second, so I have no complaints about that. And now on to Best Picture. You had Green Book, and I thought Roma was going to win. I really did think Roma was going to end up winning, again with all of its Oscar push and the Hispanic representation behind it, and Green Book ended up taking the cake, and I have no complaints about that, because personally I thought Green Book was a better film for Roma. I would have given it to BlacKkKlansman because I thought it was the best of the Best Picture bunch, but Green Book was right under it at second, and I loved Green Book. I'm super happy that Green Book won. I mean, that movie is absolutely incredible. It's a film about friendship, and it was fabulous. Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali obviously are brilliant in that movie, and have no complaints about Green Book winning. So I have no complaints in general about the categories we just went over. And with that said, guys, thank you for joining me on this special video about me giving you my thoughts of this year's Oscar. And with that said, look out for the next video or review, and peace.